right. Well, I guess while we're waiting, I'll just start. So welcome back to Nothing Nerdy, guys. We are here. I'm here with the Inspector Who Reacts, and we are here to discuss Chapter 3 of The Mandalorian. We talked about Chapter 1, Chapter 2. Oh, he sees in here, so it's okay. Thank you, Elsa. We talked about Chapter 1, Chapter 2, and we are here to talk about Chapter 3. So, how are you today, Inspector?
Pretty good. A little tired, but I'm ready to talk about this episode,
Awesome.
especially.
Yeah, definitely. I would say the best one so far.
Yeah,
You would
I'd
agree
say
with
that
that?
too. I mean, it's just been an escalating,
Mm-hmm.
gradual, amazing build of
Yeah.
show.
Yeah, I
So
agree. Like the first episode was very simple. Especially and the second episode too, and it's yeah, like it's just kind of like been leading up. Um, Daniel, hello, how are you? A fair assessment. Daniel
yay.
agrees. um, so does Alistair. Yes, it's a crescendo. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. It's been this dramatic build up.
So I think I figured out the plot twist. This isn't about the Mandalorian. This is about the origin story of the Yodalorian.
The
And how
Yodalorian.
baby foundling baby Yoda is going to become a Mandalorian.
Oh my god, the Yodalorian. I like that. Baby Yoda's gonna become a Mandalorian.
He gets a little Beskar armor.
Oh my god, that would be so cute. Elsa, you're good at art. Get on this. We need a picture.
Baby Yodalorian.
Oh man, that would be really funny. Um, is Yoda's name Mandalorian? Ooh, maybe it is, and that's why they call it the Mandalorian. This is where people start tuning out. The watch time just went down. Just kidding. Okay.
Yeah.
So should we? How about that? The episode was a little bit longer than the last one.
Yeah, it was. It was like
Cool.
again, it was a little longer than 30 minutes, which is almost 40, and which is
36,
nice.
yeah. MXC, hello.
But strangely enough, it actually felt the shortest to me. Like it just felt like I think it was because half of it was just action, and it was just all kind of
Yeah.
um yeah. It kind of surprised me with that feeling. I mean, it was a good episode, but it was like even though it was a little longer, it did feel shorter.
Mm-hmm. You see, and actually it felt longer to me. And not in a bad way, it just felt long.
Yeah,
Like, last week's episode flew by, but it was really short. This one, but like this episode for me, I think why it felt so long, there were a lot of moments where I was like holding my breath. I was like,
oh yeah, like I I didn't say it got spoiled, but I saw a comment and I didn't read into the comment, but it was related to this episode because I watched it late. I didn't get a chance. I was like way later than I usually was in the afternoon that I got to watch the episode.
mm-hmm,
So I was accidentally on the internet looking at stuff,
mm-hmm.
and I saw a comment that kind of scared me because it was like because there was things like they were worried about Baby Yoda, and I was like, oh no, what happens to the baby? What's gonna happen to the baby?
Oh no.
So this whole time I thought something bad was gonna happen to the baby. This episode. I was literally scared.
And you were gonna need your box of tissues to get through the episode, and
Yeah.
well, thankfully, well, we don't want to spoil it. Well, we won't talk about it till the end, but yeah. So should we start at the very beginning?
Yep. Okay, so the Baby Yoda is so still being adorable, so cute little
I know he's just
being.
hanging out in the ship, playing with the little,
He's got the little like
the little
I
thing.
don't know gear shift or something like little
Yeah, I
gear
don't know. It's
shift
like a
thing.
lever and the little ball on it, and he's a little innocent little baby.
And Mando's just like nope.
Don't touch
And
that. It's not a toy.
puts it back.
Yeah, like a little cat. He just like grabs it by the scruff of the neck and just
Just
throws it out.
puts it in the little basket. And it's just like and I don't know how much practical effects they're using for Baby Yoda, but it's doing really good. Like they got a really good puppet or something, whatever they're using to make Baby Yoda real there.
Yeah, it looks really realistic. You know, I haven't read up on how they're doing it. There are moments where it looks like a puppet, and then there were like the moment where he was climbing out
Yeah,
of
where he's climbing out does look like he's actually
CGI.
CG
Yeah.
because that'd be hard to do with a puppet.
You never know. Very true. Um, yeah. So it's hard to tell, but what they're doing, what all their methods are. But yeah, I guess it's
Yeah,
something to look into. I don't know if they've talked about that yet.
yeah.
But
I'm excited for. I'm already excited for like art books or DVD, like whatever DVD sales are gonna say, so I can look at all the behind the scenes stuff.
yeah,
Because
I
it's
just
just
I just want a Baby Yoda doll. I think a lot of people want a Baby Yoda doll.
oh man, the Christmas sales this year are gonna be those plushies or dolls or whatever toys they're gonna make of that is just gonna fly off the shelves.
If they're smart, I see. I don't know if they're gonna do this, but if they're smart, they would have released like something, before the
Well,
holidays, so that people go
yeah,
crazy.
before the holidays, but I like I feel like they didn't get a chance. Like they were trying to keep Baby Yoda so secret
That's
that
true.
they didn't start any kind of toy sales or anything until were finally revealed him,
That makes
sort of
sense. I
thing.
didn't really think about that.
Yeah.
Maybe Black
Hey
Friday they'll come out
Brando,
with
hey
something.
Mixie.
What's that?
Chat
Oh,
Brando,
hey
hey Mixie.
Brando. Just need Baby Yoda to have a dance off with Baby Groot. There you go. You have been jaded with
Uh,
recent Star Wars toys from the movies not doing well.
uh,
Oh, and I like how Baby Yoda, I feel like, kind of balances his character. Like, the Mandalorian's just like this real, tough guy, no nonsense, very serious.
yeah,
And he just
just
kind of
just
like,
straight to the point.
yeah.
Just straight to the point. You know what?
And yeah, he's kind of like softening. He kind of like just softens him a little bit. And I'm sure we're going to see this gradual, not that he's going to go
Yeah,
all soft on us, but I mean, he's going to balance him, I think.
yeah, and yeah, I really like that. I like that. Like, I mean, I feel like I have seen this kind of story, where, like this big tough guy has to take care of a kid or something like that. But it's
Mm-hmm.
like it's the same kind of plot, but it's done. It's like we don't ever see the Mandalorian's face, so but
Mm-hmm.
we still can get reactions from his just the idea of a reaction behind that mask is
Yeah. And that's what makes him such a good actor is like it's interesting. You don't see his facial expressions, but yet the way he carries himself, the way he talks, he's still
yeah. It's kind of like that Darth Vader effect. Like Darth
mm,
Vader, like it's the mask never like really changes, but you could still kind of get an idea of the expression
yeah,
underneath.
yeah. Interesting. It's good acting. You read his body language. There you go. That's a good way of putting it. Um,
Yeah,
this one person wait, Etsy eBay will be all over Baby Yoda merchandise. That's true. This
yeah,
one person has zero sales. Sounds reliable. Okay. So all right, so we see Baby Yoda playing on the ship
yeah.
and
Puts him back in the crib.
what's that?
Puts him back in the crib.
Yeah.
Lands on the
Just
planet.
grabs him, throws him in there. Um, and then he gets a call from the Grief Karga
Yeah,
telling him what to do once he gets there. Um, so let's see. So he arrives at where we see him in chapter 1 when he first gets the mission or whatever.
yeah.
Um, so that little camera eyeball pops out.
What
um,
in all the years I never looked up what those things are. Like
you know what? Me neither. Where did we see that again? Was that at Jabba's
Java's Palace
palace?
had that,
Okay.
and I we'll get to that later. But I think they just kind of revealed that those are like an actual droid is like in charge of that thing.
Oh.
Like it's not just a periscope, like something like it's actually a droid itself.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's interesting.
Yeah, it's simply because of how the Mandalorian takes care of it.
Oh yeah, he's just like later on. Well, we don't want to give anything away, but yeah, he just like rips it out. um, let's see. Oh yeah, and so okay, so he enters inside this secret location, and the stormtroopers greet him there, and as they're like walking down the hall, um, like the stormtroopers are surrounding him and the baby, and like one of the stormtroopers grabs the
Grabs
cradle,
it,
and yeah, like really rough, and the
trying to
Mandalorian's
bring
like,
it faster or
be
something.
careful with that.
Make sure it's clear. And it shows Mando's caring.
Mm-hmm.
Or he already has a connection with this child
Yeah.
already.
And I guess part not only because he spent time with it, but it saved his life, and um, I wonder if, like, I don't know much about the Mandalorians, but if they have this code where, like, if someone saves your life, you owe them,
There's
like,
like a
you,
debt or
yeah,
something.
like a life debt, yeah. Um, that could also be part of it. I don't know
Mm,
enough about the Mandalorian code to really understand that. Um, OMG, Door Droid must be so boring.
that's the life of a door droid.
boring,
God.
a boring life. If Mando
Um,
doesn't go back to bounty hunting, then he can stay an antagonist. He can stay an antagonist for Tim. There you go. Um, all right, so
yeah.
uh,
So he takes the baby back to the Imperials,
mm-hmm.
and I actually, in a weird way, I was like, I didn't. I kind of figured it was always one of those things like how far is this storyline going to go? Like, is this
Yeah,
going to be it? It's just it. He takes the baby and he's done with it, and we
yeah,
move on, and we never hear about it again.
mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah. I was
like,
wondering the same thing. Like, like I don't think we didn't feel like it was over, but like we really believed that he was going to save the baby, but it was a little confused. Like I was a little surprised that he let the baby go so easily. I mean, he did ask like once um they took the baby away. Like
mm,
they checked him out. They noted that he's healthy, and then they took him away. As Baby Yoda like stares longingly back at the Mandalorian. Um, I was kind of surprised he let it get that far, but then he asks like, what are you going to do with it? Like, or what are you
yeah,
going to do to it? And
he's starting to break one of the rules.
yeah, he's
Like,
like,
don't
how
ask questions.
uncharacteristic of you. Yeah, like that's like a no, like you can't ask. He's like, you have your payment. Now, now go. So, and he leaves, and I was like really surprised. Like I thought there was gonna be a big brawl like right then and there, but
Yeah.
he just left.
Um,
And it
like
was
it was yeah, and I was again, I was worried like, is this it? Is this it with
yeah.
the baby? He's just gonna be like we just see the little guy flying away off to be experimented on
Mm,
and all that. Just like,
poor
oh
Baby
no.
Yoda. Yoda Hold on one second. I just want to ask, can you guys hear both of us clearly? I just want to make sure we sound okay. Like that we're loud.
Yeah. I'm good. We all good here. We're all fine. We're all
Yeah.
fine here now. Thank you.
How are
How
you?
are you?
um, the Mando had not had his hallmark turn yet. He was being a bit of a Scrooge. Yeah, sounds fine. You're both ideal. Wait, thank you.
Good.
Yeah, I can hear you guys. Okay, good. I asked because last time there was an issue with the audio on my end, and you were a little bit lower, and I sounded
Hmm.
normal. So I just want to I fixed it during the week. I just wanted to make sure.
Alright.
Okay, thanks, guys. Um, okay, so yeah, so we we were all kind of surprised. We thought was this the end, but
And then he gets the container of Beskar
oh,
or
that's
Beskar
right.
metal.
Yes, he.
Which fun fact that that container
Uh huh.
is I don't is basically like it's supposed to be the same kind of container we see one of like it's basically the ice cream container that we saw in Cloud City that one random extra character was carrying.
Oh, I heard that. I mean, I didn't hear that for this episode, but I heard something about that yeah, that prop was actually an ice cream maker or
Yeah.
something. That's so random.
Yeah, like
But way
I
to
love
recycle,
that. I love how the little details are being canonized kind of things.
Yeah,
Like even though it's just such a silly little props become like whole stories and references.
yeah.
Just become part of the world.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think it's really smart on their part that they're bringing back like little things like that, and that they're referencing things like the Christmas special and the holiday special. Um, they're trying like they're making it very nostalgic in a lot of ways,
Yeah.
including ways like that. Um, continue to have references. Elser says we continue to have references to the universe, Star Wars, especially with the disintegrating sniper rifle that appears in Jedi Knight, Jedi Outcast. We learn more about the origins of Mando. We know that it's not the Empire that is responsible for what he lived, small, but the Separatists. Very good episode where the character of Mando finally discovered a conscience. Yeah,
Hmm.
very true.
That was
Um,
yeah. I didn't think about that. Like like in a weird way, the Empire is kind of ending the Separatists,
mhm.
which in a way Palpatine was just playing both sides, but it's like one of those
Yeah.
like it's one of those things like what would have happened if Palpatine decided to stick with the separatist side of things? Like keep the droids instead of the clones. Like have the droids win the war instead of the clones.
That would have been interesting. How would things have
Yeah,
played
it's
out
just
differently? You never know.
and I do understand what Elsa was saying, like the disintegrating rifle
Hmm.
from Jedi Outcast. Like I know like
I
I
never
remember
played.
like using that a lot in the
Hmm.
multiplayer of that game.
Okay. Yeah, I never played. One of the many games I still haven't played yet. Still getting through
Yeah,
Fallen
it doesn't.
Order.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, we'll talk about that
Yeah.
later.
Okay. Yeah. So he gets his Beskar, a lot of it, um,
Yeah,
and
like there's like 10 or 20 um plates of it or something like that. And I was just
yeah, it
like,
was,
wow.
it was a lot. I mean, but when I first saw it, I was like, how are they going to make a whole like armor out of it? But I mean, he brings it back to their
He brought
hideout.
yeah, he brought like one little like container and was able to make a pauldron and still have enough for leftovers for
Hmm.
foundlings smaller. So
That's
like
true. Yeah.
I guess in a way maybe the armor is just like a coating. It's not like a full on chunk of
Oh,
the
maybe
yeah.
that makes sense. Um, but yeah, he presents it to her. Um,
Yeah, he brings the entire container, and like all of those tribes just suddenly like fall. They're like
they just
dogs or
came out of the
cats.
shadows and just started
Yeah,
following him and closing in and were watching and listening to their conversation and um,
it's like new toys, like new something, like something. Just we've got we've got a presence.
yeah, they were
It's
like, what is
Christmas.
this all about? Like, and they got angry when they saw that the emblem on the
Yeah,
Beskar was
yeah. Well,
from
that
the
one member was uh didn't feel right about the imperial gaining that from imperial hand
yeah
was the ones who they got this medal from. And I love like so when so yeah him and the Mandalorian get into a fight, that guy, and I love how the Smith lady just doesn't care. Like
yeah.
she's just too busy with her own thing for a bit.
She's interesting. Like nobody, she's. I mean, she's obviously I guess in a way, like she outranks them in a way. Like she seems like to be this woman that they revere and um,
She's like the clan leader or
yeah,
something.
yeah, something like that. Like we don't know exactly who she is. I mean, other than what she does, but like nobody questioned her. Nobody argued with
Yeah,
her. She was like, have you ever taken off your helmet? Has anybody else ever removed your helmet? And he's like, no. And she's like, this is the
this
way.
is the way.
This is the way. And then,
This is
and like that was all like,
that was a good.
she didn't feel like there was anything wrong with what he did.
Yeah,
Um, and so then they stopped questioning. So
it's like it's metal. It's metal. We
yeah,
still use it. Let's make it our own.
yeah. Um, so so she says, yeah, I'll make you this new armor or whatever. Um, and she talks about the excess, like what to do with the excess. Um, and she starts talking about the whistling birds. And at first I didn't know
Oh
what she was talking
yes,
about. I'm like, whistling birds, like what is
yeah,
that? We don't really find out what they are until the end. They kind of hint that it's some kind of weapon.
yeah.
Um, but
And they're limited, and they're not something you can just get easily. So
yeah,
use them wisely.
yeah. Um, the name makes it sound harmless. We find out later on that it's not so harmless. Um, she crafts their armor. She's like their shaman, wise person. His weapons are his religion, so it makes sense. Yeah,
That was, yeah, that was a good line back in episode 2.
yeah.
Weapon.
Weapons
Which,
are part of my religion. um, it goes to show you how important it is. And it would make sense that they would revere someone who can make that for them, as well as their armor.
oh yeah.
Um,
Also, like they talk about his signet, yeah, his signature or something like that for,
oh yeah.
and yeah, to and they like he tells them that he fought a mudhorn,
Hmm.
which is the name of the creature, and they're like, yeah, okay, that's a good. You defeat the mudhorn, so we will give you that. That'll be your signature, like basically the brand. And it's like,
Hmm.
nah, I didn't defeat it myself,
Yeah.
so I don't feel or like I've earned that.
Yeah, yeah. He said, how did he put it? Um, I was helped by my enemy, but like my enemy didn't realize they were my enemy, like
Yeah,
that kind of thing. Um, I like that part too.
yeah, that was which like I like that. And it's like he still doesn't feel like he's his whatever his signature, even though he's done like I don't know what the other man would do, but he's done a lot of good work for them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's see. Elser says the first Mandalorians were actually the first inhabitants of Coruscant. Oh, I didn't know that. They later exiled to Mandalore. The emblem of
I
the
was gonna say,
Mandalorians is actually the appearance of the original Mandalorians.
yeah, the skull, like the two horned
Mm-hmm.
skull. Yeah, um, I was gonna say like I think like Coruscant is supposed to be like the origin of the human race, and basically all humans came from Coruscant before it became a
Oh.
full city.
Oh, that's
Like
interesting. I didn't know
built
that.
like 10, 20, 20,000 years ago, before
Now,
all
is
this.
that canon or
I
legends?
mean, it's canon until it's disproven.
Exactly. Canon until proven otherwise. I like that. Let's see.
Oh, we
Uh,
get more flashbacks. We get
yeah, while
much more detailed flashbacks.
yeah, while they're crafting the armor, yeah, you start to see more flashbacks from what we saw in the first chapter.
Yeah,
You see like his family being chased by the
we get the B2 battle droids.
yeah.
We get to see them again,
Mm-hmm.
and the what's it called? Droid gunship. That's what the big flying one is called. The
Okay.
gunships, which
Yeah.
we saw in the Kashyyyk battle in episode 3.
Okay. Yeah, you see them like just uh creating havoc and destruction
Yeah,
like
they're just like this is their war zone or whatever they're doing.
mm-hmm.
And I don't know if this is a battle or this is them just occupying. Like I don't know if there are any clones here to battle them.
Yeah, I was wondering the same thing. Like, what exactly brought this on? At what point is this really happening? Um, but but we see again like his family, his mom and dad, like scooping him up and hiding him in this like underground cellar.
Yeah,
And what we see this time that we didn't see last time is just as his parents like closed the door to protect him. All of a sudden, you see and hear like an explosion.
like something explodes and then immediately the doors fly open and there's a battle droid about to get him.
Yeah. Um, So, which made me wonder. Well, I mean, so we know now really what happened to his parents, but it made me wonder. Well, what happened between like when the droid saw him? Like, what happened after that?
Yeah,
Like, why is he alive? Why? Um,
and I don't know like if I don't know if we'll ever get another fortune scene, but I feel like that's the next or something that because the fortunes have been what's triggered the flashbacks,
mm-hmm.
and I'm curious to see how we'll get the rest of his story
Yeah,
continued. Because
yeah. I guess throughout the season and maybe throughout like, I know they said they're working on season 2 already. So I guess as the
yeah, they
stories,
have it greenlit.
yeah, as it goes along, we'll find out more and more. Another crescendo, another gradual build up. Um, we'll find out more. They kept the skull so that is canon. The story might change. MXC says, just for nerdy, last thing you see is the droid opening the hatch. Will it be Obi-Wan saving him? A girl
Like,
can dream, can't she?
yeah, I do. Like again, like I wonder who's gonna save the Mandalorian. Like the kid. Like, is it gonna be a Jedi? Is it
Mm-hmm.
the clones? Is it going to be um the Mandalorians themselves? Like maybe some like other tribe of Mandalorians show up and take him. Like it's just one of those things. Like who saves him? And if it's the Mandalorians, that's how he joins. Or if it's not the Mandalorians, how does he join the Mandalorians?
Yeah, like how does he get from there to
Where
there?
he
Like
is
what
now.
happens in between? At least they're having us guessing. They're giving us a lot to speculate about, which is fun. So
Yeah.
it's fun to create like all these theories and.
This kind of build up to an exciting answer
Mm-hmm.
that could be anything. Like
Yeah,
could be one of the many choices that we presented.
yeah, and I'm sure they won't disappoint. Um, we also learned in this episode that Mando has problems with patrol stations because it lacks fuel at a given moment. This is from Elser. Um, the patrol stations. What's that?
Hmm.
Um, I might not be remembering that part.
Yeah, it's kind of slipping my brain too.
Um, let's see. Maybe Bo Katan. I bet Yoda saves him, hence his apprehension when first seeing Baby Yoda. There you go.
So yeah, he gets shiny, brand new shiny. It looks
He looks
very good.
fancy.
Yeah,
And he goes back. Yeah, next time we don't see his armor then in there when she's making it. It's not
yeah.
until like the next scene where they're back at that like cantina.
The club, the bar, the
Yeah,
bounty area.
yeah, right. Where all the bounty hunters hang out, and he goes to meet Grief Karga. And as soon as he walks in, you see the shiny,
And everybody just
fancy.
like, ooh.
Um,
I will say, Greek Carver kind of surprised me with his like excitement. Like
yeah.
he was suddenly so excited to. It's like, yeah, they all hate you, but I did it. I sent them all after you, but you did it. You did a good job.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah, he
like
was
this is
like,
like the Mandalorian's prized, um, horse, his
yeah.
prized betting horse or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was like so excited, and he was like, man, chill out now. You've got some time. Take some time off. Go hang out
He,
with
he
the
even gets paid with
Twi'leks.
Bhaskar.
What's
Like
that?
he even gets paid with Bhaskar.
Mm,
Like I was just like this, the hand guy or
yeah,
whatever. Him, he gets Bhaskar.
yeah, yeah. He whips
Like
it
the
out of his
Empire's
shirt, and you're
giving
like,
this.
oh, yeah. So I guess he got like because he gave him the mission, he got paid as well, I guess.
Yeah.
Um, so that was interesting. And um, he asked him like he like what I think it was the first thing that the Mandalorian asked him, like, how many fobs did you give out?
Yeah. How
And he
many?
was
How
like, all
many?
of
How
them.
many? Like all of them. They all got one, and they all hate you.
Yep.
Like it's like given a tense situation, even though like here is everybody
Yep.
like surrounded by enemies, even though there's kind of a mutual um code to not do
Yeah.
anything here.
Um. Let's see.
And yeah, he takes a new bounty. He just immediately wants to get back to no. It's
I did take
it's
note of it,
like
of what it was in case, like, because I'm assuming that's where he's going to go next.
yeah.
Carmack, it said a nobleman's son skipped bail.
Oh yeah, it was a Moncari of Akbar kind
Yeah.
of alien that, which I'm curious if like they say it's a nobleman's son,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm curious if is this like I don't remember in the canon what happened because they have made comics or something about it, but like the prince from the Clone Wars,
Yeah.
like if that's related to him,
I
like
had
this
the
could be
same thought. It's been so long since I've seen the episode, but I was wondering if it's the same thing if it's somehow related to him, and if
yeah,
we'll see him like in the next
or
episode.
or it could be Akbar's son, like
Mm-hmm.
maybe like one of his kids or something like that. I don't know if Akbar's a nobleman, but I guess
Do we know
he's
a lot about his? I mean, all we know is that, as far as I know, all we know is that he's Admiral Akbar. I mean, do we
yeah.
know much
he,
about his
he's he's an
history? Like,
admiral he was an admiral with I don't know, but he was in the Republic and he served in the army and he was there at the Clone Wars. He
mm-hmm.
was defending the prince too in that battle, I believe.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
It's been so long since I've seen it.
yeah,
Now you see, now I'm curious. I'm gonna go back and rewatch it. There was a couple episodes with that storyline. Um,
yeah,
Go back and rewatch it. In case they mention any names. So guys, here's your homework. Go back and rewatch those episodes. And some of you who have never actually seen the Clone Wars should go and watch it.
yeah.
I think it's MXC. I don't think MXC has seen it. I wanted to dub the
So
song from Saturday Night Fever to Mando strutting the armor.
yeah.
Get on that. um, okay. All right. So he gets his next job.
And he wants this job as the furthest job he a planet too, which is kind
Mm-hmm.
of It's just like, yeah, I don't want to. I want some distance between me and what I just did.
Yeah, yeah. You can see even in that moment that he's trying to like, yeah, get away from what he just did, and he doesn't want to think about it, and whatnot. Um, he's saving the best for last. Um, all right, so and he asks Grief Karga the same question that he
Yeah,
asks the client. What are you going to do with that kid? Like, what are they
yeah.
going to do with that kid?
Like, what? Do you have an idea what's gonna happen?
Yeah, like it's still eating at him, and he said, it goes against the guild code or whatever. Like, just speak like we can't, I can't ask. Um, he says he says, why don't you go report them or whatever? But he's like, that's not going to do anything. So
Yeah,
he just goes.
I think where we are is the outer reaches,
Mm-hmm.
like kind of edge area. So it's kind of like out of the New Republic's reach.
Right.
So they wouldn't be
Makes
bothered to
sense.
come out here unless like it was a serious situation.
Yeah. But you see, and I would think that they would for something like this.
Well,
Isn't it? If you
okay,
think
here's
about
the
it.
funny. Well, yeah, but here's the funny thing. Apparently, in the new canon, the New Republic demilitarized, and
Oh.
which, frankly, I feel like is a very dumb decision to make,
Yeah.
especially when you just. I get the ideas like they don't want to appear as the like conquerors, like the new
Right.
thing and all that, but still, it's like you're still kind of in this galactic world you're trying to take care of. You need kind of your
Protection.
defenses.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For things like this.
and based off Force Awakens, it clearly didn't like that was clearly necessary.
Yeah. That's interesting. Um, but yeah, so um he goes back to his ship, turns the ship on.
Yeah. Puts all the switches,
Yep.
starts it up, gets ready to leave,
And he puts his
and
hand.
then the the ball,
He
the
sees the
little,
ball, and all the memories come back of Baby
he's just
Yoda.
like he's
Oh,
just like
remember that one time Baby Yoda played with the little ball?
it's
and
like all right,
but he hesitates for a second, and you wonder, like, is he gonna do it? Is he
yeah,
not gonna do it? Is he gonna do it?
yeah,
And then when he pulls the lever, I'm thinking, I thought oh my gosh, he really is taking off, but he was in
yeah,
actuality shutting everything down, and he went back to save Baby Yoda.
yeah. Like and then it I don't believe you've seen like, but have you ever heard of John Wick?
I know the name.
It's basically it's Keanu Reeves. Like Keanu Reeves plays. He's like basically something bad happens uh in his past, and he decides to get revenge on everybody. But like he just wants to take revenge on this one guy, but everybody keeps getting in his way, so he just takes everybody out.
I feel like
Um,
I feel like somebody in the stream talked about this once. Like
yeah,
I'm tempted to say we, but Daniel, but I could be wrong. I've heard someone talk about that. That like it sounds familiar.
yeah. Basically, like that's the point of the movie. It's like, and it's got really good action in it and
Mm-hmm.
such. But basically, the point is this is where the Mandalorian turns into like John Wick and just goes into like hijacks the base, just takes out
Shows no
trooper
mercy.
after trooper. And I love how efficient he is too. Like just especially like that part where he takes out first he takes out the two troopers that come to the door after he
Mm-hmm.
like gets the
He just like
door
sneaks right in.
yeah, sneaks in, takes out the troopers. The third trooper comes in. He basically knocks that guy out, sets him out, and then shoots him on the ground. Like just he does so much to like confirm his like leave no
Mm-hmm.
what is it?
Yeah.
Leave no problem.
Before he John Wick is on my list. So it was you, Daniel. I was gonna say I thought I heard it. Before he even stepped foot, I forgot about this. Before he even stepped foot in the base or whatever, the secret location, he was outside the building and he found Baby Yoda's cradle in the dumpster.
Yeah, like at that point I was like worried. Oh no, did they already leave? Did we already lose them?
Yeah, yeah, and you just You can see, even though he's got the helmet on, you can see he's wondering the same thing. Like, is he dead? Is he too late? But like either way, he wants to go in and kill them. Like
Mhm.
he's gonna like make them, even if they kill like already killed Baby Yoda, like they're gonna pay for what they did.
Yeah.
He's like a man on a mission, and like you said, he sneaks past those two stormtroopers. He breaks the camera droid thing.
Yeah.
Um, and then there are more stormtroopers on the inside, and he just like wipes them all out. Like it's
Uh,
nothing.
uh,
I felt
you
like
just see
this
like
whole scene, one of the purposes of this whole scene was to show just the all the weapons that the Mandalorian has. Like,
yeah, show all his gear, show
yeah,
his new armor showing off.
like
Um,
AKA 50 different ways to kill a stormtrooper. Like, you can blowtorch them, you can stab them, you can
yeah.
shoot them, you can zap them, you name it, you can do it. And I thought it was not that it wasn't graphic, it was just a little disturbing. Like that scene where he um, throws like the rope around the oh that might be later on where he throws the rope around the stormtrooper, pulls him and stabs him.
Yeah.
I was like, that's a bit much for Disney. I mean, they didn't show blood or anything, but
I know, it's like it's always the funny things like in Star Wars, like you have like lightsabers and blasters, but it never gets like actual blood and grime and all that stuff. Like
yeah,
actual uh like actual metal and stuff, like actual cutting and all. It's so weird,
yeah,
especially and again. It's one of the, it's Disney. It's Disney making this, even though it's like Star Wars fans in charge sort of thing. It's still it's like how far is Disney like how far is Disney letting us get away with this?
yeah. Yeah, I thought. I mean, again, I guess it maybe doesn't matter since they didn't show anything. But I thought it was a little
Yeah,
disturbing. I'm like, then he blow torches him. I
yeah. He's
mean,
like he just throws everything at these guys,
yeah. Um,
and apparently, and again, it's like they really need to get better helmets because they just can't see anything in one's helmets.
they can't do anything. They can't, and obviously their armor doesn't protect everything, every part of
Yeah.
their body. So, um, plus 10 for the stabbing. He had a vibroblade. This is from
Yeah.
MXC. Um, let's see. MXC, if they haven't killed Baby Yoda, they are going to. No one was going to carry it. Also, in any case, I really like this episode. It protects Baby Yoda being himself surprised by his reactions. Yeah. Um, so then the Mandalorian finds the room where the
He
baby.
finds the baby Yoda and the doctor,
Yeah, he's like
which
in this
he did.
machine. It seems to be like like keeping track of like his vitals or whatever.
Yeah. He did also like before that he scanned like the thermal
Oh, I
on
forgot
the
about that
room.
part.
Yeah, and he hears the doctor and the Imperial guy talking, and he's like, no, you just take out the baby, get what you need, get all the stuff we need, we can move on. It's like, no, I need the baby alive. It's the way the doctor's like talking.
Yeah,
So again,
yeah.
there's that the differences in the arguments between them, but
Yeah, that was back when right after he found it in the dumpster. I forgot about that. Yeah, his exact words: "Extract the necessary material and be done with it." And it
yeah,
makes you wonder what's the necessary material? Is it metachlorians? Is
midichlorians.
it um, or is it just cells? Are they going to clone him? Like what's um, and then he also says, "I can no longer guarantee your safety." So is that
Mm.
him like threatening him, or is that saying like someone else? Like maybe he knows he has this feeling the Mandalorian's going to come back.
Hmm.
Um,
That's a good question.
I was wondering.
Again, it's like who wants like I don't believe it's these guys wanting Baby Yoda. I believe somebody above them wants Baby Yoda, wants a Force user or so or whatever. Like
Well, didn't you say that maybe it's Snoke?
yeah, like I said, like it's good. Like maybe Snoke has already shown up and decided to take leadership
Mm-hmm.
of the remnants of the Empire.
It's a
Which
possibility.
I mean, it'd be nice to get more Snoke backstory. So
Yeah, right.
I'm all
Find
for
out more
that.
about the character. Um, but I guess that for right now, that's another question mark. So hopefully by the end of the season, we'll find out more. I'm sure we'll find out more about
Yeah,
who's really after him and what's like what exactly are they after. I wonder if like every mission that he goes on, kind of leads to another clue about
yeah.
who's really after him.
Well, he's
Um,
on the run now, so oh yeah, so we like another John Wick moment is like John Wick's also part of he was part of a bounty hunter, or not bounty hunter, but kind of assassin group
Mm-hmm.
basically. And like they have these rules, so it's like if there's a bounty, everyone who's a bounty hunter will get phone calls on their like things. And in one scene, like there's a bounty, and like the whole city gets a like basically almost like everybody gets a call, a text looking for their bounty. So it's like that's basically what happens. Like all the fobs turn on in the bounty hunter room. It's just like
Yeah, like so right after he leaves, which he runs into more trouble. Oh, we have to go back to that part. So when he's trying to escape with the baby,
yeah,
at one point he's surrounded by four stormtroopers.
yeah. They all surround him, and
Yeah,
he
and there's
decides,
like
okay,
no way out of it. So
mm-hmm,
he's like, and they're like, they tell him put down your weapon. So he's like, all right, hold on, this is very
very
valuable.
valuable.
He puts the
Puts
gun
down his
down. He puts the baby down, and then he slowly gets up. And as he gets up, the whistling birds
yeah,
attack.
he fires a few of those. I don't believe he fires all of them, but he fires a couple to get the job done.
Yeah, and it was cool. They just kind of, it's like, I don't know how it worked, but they just knew where to go, and the
They
bullets took
just
out.
zoom out and home in on their target.
Hmm.
Like,
And they took out those stormtroopers, and um, then
yeah, and
he
then he just goes on. He moves on.
yep. And then like you said, as he once he leaves the building, he's heading back towards his ship, and as he's doing that, like you were saying, all you see all the fobs going off.
Yeah,
Um,
all the fobs go off. Like Grief Karga is like, oh no, what did he do?
yeah,
It's like he I think he kind of knew what happened.
yeah.
Like as soon as because I'm pretty sure that every fob that went off was the fob that was for the Baby Yoda. Which
Hmm.
again is interesting. How do these fobs work? Like, what is the tracker? Like, what is the connection
I
to
was
between
thinking
this
about that. I'm
beacon?
guessing. I don't. I think we know his name, but I don't remember what his name is. The client. He.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna guess he somehow is able to control these things, and so we didn't see him during this whole scene. So maybe he obviously knew what was going on. Maybe there was a way for him to set them all off. And when they started going off, people, it was like their way of being told, okay, the bounty is up for grabs again. Like, and they
Yeah,
all know it can't be far. They're all gonna um, um, go after him. I don't
yeah.
know.
Like, I think the bounty has to be signaled or triggered or something because like the Empire could have left with it and the fobs wouldn't have gone off.
Hmm.
So clearly, like once the Empire guys realized, oh no, we've lost the baby. Like send the signal, like let everybody know that it's back up, the bounty's back up.
Yeah. um, but yeah, so well somehow they were given the message, and they all start to like surround
So
him.
he
Yeah.
starts walking to his ship and notices everyone's outdoors ready to get up, pounce on him.
Hmm. Um, and this is like the best part of the whole episode. This whole next scene. So at
Yeah.
one point, while he's heading towards his ship, Grief Karga shows up and tries to stop him. Um, he's like, you gotta listen to me. I'm your only hope. Put the baby down on the speeder. We can make some negotiations. Um, and
Yeah.
he puts the baby down on the speeder, but then he just starts
He
wiping
just he
everybody
just go
out.
he just makes his decision and decides, okay, I'm going down. I'm going down.
Hmm.
Takes out like again, like that armor does work.
Yeah.
Takes out everybody. Just few gets stuck. Then he tries to use the droid to get him like get him out of here.
Oh
It's
yeah.
like
Oh
get
yeah.
me
The
out of here, droid.
the droid is controlling the speeder. So he tells it to drive, and they start moving, but then they take out the droid, which obviously they
Yeah,
were gonna do. Um,
I like that. It's like he's like, okay, no, let me just take out the droid.
um, yeah, and then like they're kind of like stuck again. So then like yeah, so the speeder stops, the droid can't move anymore, it's dead. Um, and then Grief's, uh,
She tries to reason with him again.
yeah,
Tries to like say, give up, just stop.
but
You're
he's doing
ahead.
it as a distraction because someone is coming from behind him to like take him at the Mandalorian out. But the Mandalorian's no fool. He knows he's there. So
Nope,
you're dead.
nope.
He starts shooting at
Pulls
everybody
out
again.
pulls out his rifle, disintegrates like three others.
Hmm. And just as you think like you could see again.
Like
He's wearing no mask.
he
I mean, he's wearing his
yeah he
mask.
crawls he crawls on top of the baby, kind of trying to protect it.
Yeah.
Gives it a look, and it's just like again, like I said, I thought this was it. I thought this was something bad gonna happen to the baby.
Yeah, you just see him like, and again, it's crazy because you can't see his facial expressions. You see him like staring at this baby, and like all the gunshots are echoing in the background, or whatever, and like you can just feel his like, I don't know what like not sadness, but like I don't know if it's guilt
It's
or
like
like
it was like I tried my best. I did all
yeah,
I could, and yeah, it was that kind of feeling.
and just in his like moment of again not despair, but like this moment of I don't know if we're gonna make it.
Yeah,
All of a sudden,
all them the our saviors of the day.
yep. All the
Tried
Mandalorians show up in their really awesome like jetpacks or whatever. They're flying in
all
the
their
sky.
gear just come
They're
flying
sending
out,
out all
just like
their
blasted.
yeah. It was
It's
like
so good.
that's definitely like a top Star Wars moment right there.
Yeah,
Um
like we're seeing live action Mandalorian
yeah.
in action. It's
This
just
was
so good.
like I don't know how they're gonna
Oh,
top that moment.
but yeah,
um
it was. Oh man, and I like what I even love is that even the guy he fought with earlier, like
mhm.
again, it's one of those things where it's like with the like I didn't believe the Mandalorians. Like I thought, he betrayed the bounty
Mhm.
hunters. He was betrayed, and I felt like maybe he would be dishonored by the tribe
Uh-huh.
for not following the code or whatever, like whatever code he's going by. And just I was wondering again, like I didn't again it did I did not see the Mandalorian saving the day. I did not see that coming. So when they did, it was a huge surprise
Mhm.
because of that. Because I didn't feel like they cared about him
Yeah. Yeah.
because he was.
Yeah,
I
that
just thought
made it
that
even more
little.
surprising the way they left off. It was like he like shamed them.
Yeah,
Um even though like the again this woman who, kind of was like is like kind of like their leader or is revered by
yeah.
them. She seemed to like kind of cool everything down, but like you still
It
got this
didn't feel
feeling they
like
didn't have
they were
respect.
that close. It
Yeah.
didn't feel like he was that close to the tribe or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, like he was kind of shunned a little bit, but not
Yeah,
fully. So yeah, so it made it even more surprising when they showed up to help him.
yeah. It was a really sweet surprise, and I loved like the Gatling gun guy who he fought with earlier. Just like, hey, I'm gonna hold them off, and we'll get you out of here. You go save the baby.
Yeah. I made me wonder too, like how did they know? Like I don't know like how like were they close? Were they in the midst like where their hideout is? Is their hideout in the midst of all this? Like did they hear what was going on? I wondered like how did they know? Like
uh, well, they probably could hear the commotion going on outside for a bit,
well
and
that's
then
what I guess makes most sense, but I wasn't sure like exactly how close they were.
yeah,
Like is it you know what I mean? Like how far was his
yeah,
ship from the hideout? Like I don't know.
yeah.
It just made me wonder. Like I get like if that's the case, like if it was right there, I
They
mean that
could
makes
also
sense. But I wasn't sure.
like they could have watchers too, like another one's like out there keeping an eye on the town or whatever,
That's true.
reporting situations. Like they could have ways. This
Yeah.
is yeah, and of course now they're gonna have to move. They're gonna have to leave and find a new setup.
The Mandalorian says that to his friend there who he wasn't getting along with.
Like because of me and also because of all this action that you're doing,
Yeah,
you guys are we're compromised. We have to move.
and
Sort of
he's
situation.
like, "It's okay. This is the way."
This is the way. This is like
Everyone's gonna say that now. It's like it's replaced. May the force be with you. It is now. This is the way.
it's like episode 1. I have spoken,
Yes.
and episode I don't know what episode 2. Like episode 2 is like guns are my religion or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Weapons are my religion, and episode 3 is this is the way.
This is the way.
So I wonder what episode 4 is going to give us.
Yeah. Right. It's kind of like in Doctor Who. The Doctor always has his like saying.
This
Alonzi or
phrase.
Geronimo and
Yeah.
Mandalorian. We get one in every episode. Oh, and Daniel's like they have cameras set up. I don't know. Maybe droids. Watch droids.
Yeah.
um.
So Mando makes a break for his ship.
MXC is like when we talk about the fobs, like why were
Yeah.
why were the fobs going off? Like how does it work? MXC is like he tweeted and the fobs indicated new post.
Oh,
There you go. That explains it all.
Mando, you don't tweet. It's like
Whistling birds. That's what she meant.
He starts taking selfies with his bounties. Like I caught a new one.
Oh my
It's like,
god.
or it's like like him,
Hashtag.
like hey guys, got a new baby.
Oh my god.
This is my child.
Oh man. Um.
Can you believe it? He's only 50.
Oh my god. Um. Yeah, and so that's the episode. The Mandalorian has one good one-liner where he's like, "I got to get one of those" when he sees the jetpack.
Yeah. But okay, before that, he runs to his ship, and Grief Karga is there in his ship with him.
Oh, I forgot that part.
Yeah. And yeah, he's like Grief Karga's like one last standoff between him and him. It's just like put the kid down, put the child down. Maybe I don't know what's like. This is like your last chance or something.
Yeah.
And Mandalorian like uses a carbon freezer to cause a distraction enough for him to get a shot off. But he does hit where Grief kept his Beskar, so
yep.
Grief's still alive.
And he survived. So I guess we'll probably be seeing more of him down the road.
So they fly off, they get out of here, and as they're flying, one of the Mandalorians like salutes him as he flies up, and I love that so much.
Yeah,
I gotta get me one of those.
Yeah,
it's such a good line.
I can't wait to see that episode where he actually gets one.
Yeah, I would, because it's so weird because he's always got the cape on. I'm curious to see what he would actually look like with the jetpack on too.
That'd be pretty cool. Maybe chapter season 2.
And then we get the adorable little like here. You can have a bowl.
He takes off the little knob and he gives it to Baby Yoda. It means he loves him.
Yeah, it was so cute. Again, he's so Baby Yoda is adorable.
I know.
Cutest.
How do they do it? How do they make him so cute? He stole the show. Yeah. It's now all about Baby Yoda. Forget the Mandalorian.
I like it's the Yodalorian.
The Yodalorian's
origin story.
I like it. Everybody loves Baby Yoda. Baby Yodas are not pets, Mando. Why not? The Mando with the jetpack at the end was such a shout out to Iron Man, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I wouldn't know. I haven't seen Iron Man.
Actually, I felt like it was. I thought Rocketeer. Like, have you? I don't think you've seen that one either. It's an old.
I haven't.
It's an old Disney movie too.
Cedric House, hello. How are you? Thanks for joining us. With the way Mandalorian looks, visual and production wise, can't wait to see how Marvel shows will look.
Yeah.
Yeah, very true. They're doing a good job.
And like, yeah, they're just doing really good. Like I've seen people talk about like maybe this is the future of some shows because it's gonna instead of movies probably focus more on episodic TV shows. Which, like movies will still be there, but it's one of those that like that's how the future of films or franchises, because if we're able to create such high quality stuff like this and in live action now, it's really it's not a bad thing. Like I still like movies because you know, it's not just the big screen, it's not just the pop, it's the experience of an audience around you.
Yeah, I agree. I like that whole experience as well, especially Star Wars, because if you go with the right people, everybody gets really excited. There's this build up.
Because I barely remember my experiences with episodes 1, 2, and 3 when I was a kid. Like, I remember enjoying Duel of Fates. I remember being amazed by Yoda fighting Count Dooku.
Yeah.
Like, I remember being amazed by that. And I do kind of, like, here or there remember Revenge of the Sith, but it's just, I saw the movies. But those memories are kind of, like, faded, sort of thing.
Yeah.
But with Force Awakens and Last Jedi, I did have great theater experiences because, I'm grown up. I'm here with I understand what's happening on the screen and such. So, yeah. That's another thing. It's like uh I I'm kind of hopeful to have the same kind of experience with Rise of Skywalker too. Just fun and enjoyable and just audience and all that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, I enjoy that. I enjoy that as well. Like, I remember, I remember when I went to see Attack of the Clones. I went on opening night. You get really if you go on the opening night, that's when you
Hmm.
really get like the good audience, where the
Yeah,
audience really gets into it.
I think it was a kid I went on opening night. I think I may have missed the because my parents were in charge of the days we would go, so I think we went on
Oh, okay.
a less either a cheaper day or a less crowded day. But yeah, it was
Um,
but yeah, nowadays I'm like opening night.
yeah, I
Get
see.
that
Like now I'm the
audience.
opposite. Like when I was younger, I wanted to go on opening night, and I remember going opening night for Attack of the Clones. Um, and like I remember as soon as the opening scroll started, like the whole audience started cheering, and it was like, and like I remember like getting like a lump in my throat. I got so emotional. Like everybody was just cheering and so excited.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, I'm with my tribe. Like it was, it was such an experience.
Yeah.
And but you see, like now I'm older. Now I'm like, oh, I don't want to go on opening night. There's gonna
I
be
don't want people
people
yelling
there.
in my face. Like get off my lawn.
Yeah, I'm turned into one of those people. Oh, good night, Brando. Um,
Ah,
oh,
bye,
I was
Brandon.
playing video
See you.
games with a Twitch streamer last night. Oh, cool. Um, wait, is he leaving? Where does it say he's leaving? I just see Daniel saying good night. Okay, I don't know. Um, yeah, so like well, when I went to see Force Awakens, I went on opening night, but for this next one, I'm going like the 2 days after, like in the middle of the
Mm.
day, maybe less people. So I
Yeah.
will not be streaming that Friday night.
Like yeah, for Force Awakens I went opening day, like, evening kind of time.
Hmm.
It was a good experience. The Last Jedi I actually went on a later time,
Hmm.
like saying like Friday, but it was like 9 o'clock,
Uh huh.
and it was a 2.5 hour movie, so
Oh,
like almost 11. So
half asleep by then.
yeah, it was just well, like I enjoyed the movie, but of course it was just like wow, we I don't know what to say. I'm tired.
Yeah, yeah. It was and like I got very emotionally involved in that movie. You know, The Last Jedi. I always talk about it. Like I was up till like 1 a.m. talking with my sister that night. Like and
Yeah,
you know, there was a lot to be discussed after that. So it was an emotional experience, like just being in the theater watching that movie.
yeah. Okay, so yeah, we talked about the episode, but I want to throw a question to like both of us in the chat.
Hmm.
If you could have a droid as your companion, who would you pick? R2, C3PO, Chopper, Proxy, K2SO, or BD1?
Wait, was BB-8 an option?
Oh yeah, BB-8 too.
Okay.
Like
Say,
of the droids that we have been given, who would you like as a companion?
honestly, BB-8. Like as much as like R2D2 is awesome, and I love BB-1. Like I would say they're my top three,
Yeah,
R2D2 and BB-1. But I don't know. I just like I fell in love with BB-8.
yeah, I like BB-8 a lot. Like I just like how just so kind of like innocent,
Mm-hmm.
like just the innocence of that droid speed. Like K2 is funny. Like they're all good droids. Ah, I don't know. BD1's new, so I like him a lot right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to wait a while before I judge
You like
again.
how you can
But
just sit on your shoulder.
yeah, he's this like parrot dog. Um, I I don't know. I think I like R2 is just classic for some reason. I think I just like R2. I don't know.
He's proven
C3PO would just
himself.
be like a
He's very.
bum. I don't know if I actually like have a conversation with C3PO.
Oh my god. I think he would get on my nerves.
Yeah.
He would really get on my nerves. Let's see what the chat says. So we have
BD1, K2, K2 and R2, K2,
we have him.
BD1.
K2 and R2 tied for second. K2 would crush the others. You won't have a droid when I'm done. BD1. Oh, okay. We got a lot of BD1s here.
Yeah.
Hmm. This is coming from the ones who have finished Fallen Order.
Hmm. Oh, L3. I forgot about that one. Yeah, she was bad.
No love for
No,
L.
she's still the Falcon. L3 from the Solo. Lando.
Oh, she was a very liberal perspective on your droid. That's a way of putting it. If you're into that, you want an L30, go for it.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, like lots of good droid companions
Yeah,
to pick from.
yeah, that's a good question. I like BB. You know what? It's weird. I like his sound, like the beeping sound he makes.
Yeah.
Like there's something about his beep.
This kind of like chirpy beep.
Yeah, it's a little bit deeper than like R2's.
I feel like it's higher pitched than R2s or something like that. Like BBs,
I don't know.
BB8s. I
I
don't know.
think some of them are a little bit deeper, like ever so
Yeah.
slightly.
Yeah.
You know what?
Oh,
I have a virtual reality headset. I have the Vive, and one of the
oh
games
yeah.
that I play on there is Droid Repair Bay, and one of the droids there is BB-8. So I've spent a lot of
Oh.
time with BB-8. Okay, I know his beep very well. It's a fun game. You get to like fix all the droids like on the ship,
Oh.
and then at one point like the ship goes under attack. You see like Poe Dameron in the distance, call him BB-8, and it's really short. It's like a really short game, like maybe 10 minutes, but it's fun.
Yeah, that's a so this is like droid surgeon simulator or something.
Yeah, yeah. I guess basically like you're given all these like broken droids that they come on like this aerial conveyor belt that like drop down in front of you, and you take your controllers and you're like having to like fix them and whatnot. But it's like they make it easy, like it's highlighted so you know what to do.
Yeah.
Um, but and it's cool. You can like kneel down. You can like touch the droid. It's a whole interactive experience. Um, it's a lot of fun. But
Uh, Daniel brings up T7. Like, I that's the one from the Old Republic, and I'm not familiar with that one right now.
oh, T7. Oh, I do know T7. Oh,
But
in
yeah,
the Jedi Knight class
yeah,
story.
The Jedi's R2 unit.
Yeah, I forgot about T7.
Yeah.
Hmm.
There's just so many droids. Like the ones I listed were just the ones I could think off the top of my head.
Mm-hmm.
But there's like many, many more.
M1. I don't remember M1. Is that also from Old Republic? MXC?
Yeah, and there's like there was one droid like Force Unleashed Proxy, which I also really like. But yeah, you'd have to. He's a really good character, and yeah, Force Unleashed.
Oh, I still have to play that. I still have so many
Yeah,
Star Wars games. I have to. Maybe after I'm done with Fallen Order, maybe I'll
Force.
still. What's that?
Sorry, I was just gonna say like yeah, I think if you beat Fallen, I was gonna say maybe after Fallen Order you could try Force Unleashed, and because I will say this, Force Unleashed is probably a lot easier to play than Fallen Order.
I would imagine. Fallen Order is just crazy.
It's not as challenging
Mm-hmm.
to figure out puzzles in a
Yeah.
way.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Yeah, I've heard it's
Yeah,
good. I also want to do. I want to do that. I want to do Knights of the Old Republic. Oh, and Jedi Academy. I really want to do Jedi Academy.
yeah,
That one looks like fun.
yeah. And the other reason like if we were ever to do a Fallen Order discussion, the one game I would I really compare Fallen Order to is Force Unleashed,
Mm-hmm.
um, because it's got like it's but mostly the same. It's kind of, not the same story, but it's like there's very I'm like mine myself because Force Unleashed is one of my favorite Star Wars games, and now I'm seeing where I can put it next to Fallen Order.
Mm-hmm.
If Fallen Order has beaten that, or is like because I don't know about ranking things, but I like rankings.
Yeah, that's how we is Daniel. He likes to rank things. I don't. I'm not a. I guess I don't really do that.
Mm,
I'm like I like it. I don't like
yeah,
it. Yeah, Force Unleashed is really easy to play.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's
Like,
good. I mean, I don't want too easy. I want a little bit of a challenge. Not too much of a challenge.
yeah. I mean, normal's normal.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas you're playing story mode on Fallen Order.
I am.
Yeah. Which yeah, it's not that. That's oh man, I actually started a new Fallen game and I'm trying Grandmaster now.
Ooh, good luck.
Because I beat it on Master and my little brother, he just beat it on Grandmaster for the first
Wow.
time. Like he started on Grandmaster because he felt like he he desires challenge. That's the
Yeah. Some people thrive on that. Me,
yeah.
I'll take it as easy as possible.
Yeah. And which is in a weird way I would say this, like I feel like Fallen Order, like um it's kind of the weirdest thing to say. Uh it does still feel easier to play than some very challenging games.
Mm-hmm.
Like it doesn't feel as challenging as it could be.
Uh-huh.
I mean it's like especially Grandmaster, it's definitely tough.
Yeah.
Definitely, but it it still feels playable. Like it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't feel impossible to
Right.
play. Which I mean, it's fine, it's fair, but it's like if you're wanting like a serious, if you were for people who want like a serious challenge, and to say like this is a very hard game, a very hard difficulty, it's not as hard as like some other games that most people compare this to that
Yeah.
are familiar with this kind of gameplay. And, like the gameplay that it's compared to is Dark Souls and
Mm-hmm.
um, Bloodborne and Sekiro, which is from software games, which do this kind of difficulty. Like they have basically the same style. Like like there's the meditation circles, which are basically bonfires. You have to get your XP back by defeating your enemy, sort of thing. Like there's just all of these elements that Fallen Order has done really good at making it its own
Mm-hmm.
version of. Yeah. So yeah, so we'll talk about Fallen Order that way you catch up.
However long that takes. Well, I should have some extra time today because, not today, this week, because Wednesday will probably be a long stream because I don't have work the next
Uh,
day because it's Thanksgiving. So Wednesday might go into the wee small hours of the morning. We'll see. So hopefully I'll catch up a little bit and maybe by Friday I'll be done. We'll see.
yeah. I mean, there's still like still some time to digest it,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, I have a love-hate relationship with it, so we'll see.
you could probably rewatch the cutscenes, which is like an hour long, just to get if you need a reminder of the story.
Yeah, yeah, I've heard. Well, yeah, God, because like I said, I've heard the story gets really. Well, the story is really good, but I've heard it gets really good, and I have seen some
Yeah,
spoilers online. Unfortunately,
yeah.
some YouTubers don't know how to
Hide
hide
their
their thumbnails.
spoilers.
Do different thumbnails. Everyone's got to be a little know-it-all. um, so, so yeah, I've seen some spoilers, but
Yeah, I saw some spoilers too, but even then, even with the spoilers I saw, it didn't ruin the experience of what
yeah.
I was, what the game is. Like the game is still incredible.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Um. So, Inspector,
Hmm.
I have an important question for you.
Oh, this one.
So, for those of you who don't know, the inspector has a story about hurting goats with a lightsaber. And I haven't heard the story yet. I want to hear the story.
Okay, so the story is basically as a kid when I used to live
Mm-hmm.
and we decided to get goats because that was a way we could cut the grass
Uh huh.
without getting like lawnmowers and all that stuff. So we bring the goats out into the field and they would eat the grass, chop it down. It was also a way of feeding them,
Mm-hmm.
so we had to get food, feed all that sort of time. So I would have to let them out, and I would have to sit outside for 3 4 hours
Wow.
watching them.
Wow.
Yeah, and so I had to, and what I would use to kind of guide them and herd them and make them was, I would have sticks or other things, but uh, one I also was for Christmas or think it was Christmas or my birthday. My uncle got me a lightsaber, an FX lightsaber.
Uh-huh.
And this was back in 2005, back when Revenge of the Sith came out. So the FX lightsabers started coming out and
Mm-hmm.
being made. So that's what I got, and I would use that because I would just like to play with it, practice with it, all the sort of
Uh-huh.
thing, do all the saber moves and such. But I would also use it just to move the goats, and of course the goats would be kind of um, like I would turn the sound on, and it would kind of like they would freak out by it, so it would make them move faster. But yeah, the result of playing with that resulted in it being very worn and torn, and like the blade's gone, the blade's all gone.
Well, it looks
Like
still looks really cool.
yeah,
It looks
but yeah,
real.
it's like yeah, it's all metal and um, lost the battery pack and all that sort of stuff. But
Those goats.
yeah, like this is basically the lightsaber I practiced with them, so it's kind of why I've grown attached to this lightsaber.
Aw.
So yeah, this
That
is the my goat stick.
your goat stick. Oh man, I've always wanted a goat. That's kind of my.
One goat's fine. One goat's fine. 30. That's a hassle.
You had 30 goats?
Yeah.
Oh my
Uh,
god. 30
yeah,
goats.
they were devils.
So I guess they didn't sleep in the house with you.
No.
See,
Nope.
if I had one goat, I would let the goat sleep in the house with me.
Mm.
It would not be an outdoor goat.
Get the small ones. Yeah, they're fine when you can focus on them,
Yeah.
but when they're, uh, yeah.
Wow, I can't even wrap my head around that. Were they like was your farm like gated in? Like did you have to worry about them running away?
No, no, I actually no. Like they were gated in when I would put them up. Like they had like kind of a half acre
Mhm.
of a field to them, but we lived in like this kind of huge area with huge fields that weren't quite fenced off, so I had to make sure that they didn't go too far.
Okay.
But that's where I would let them roam. I'd let them roam the forests um and the fields and have
Mhm.
them graze for there. But when that was done, I would put them back in their pen and they would
The
go to
lightsaber.
yeah
That's really funny. I don't have a cool
yeah
story like that. Go
no dog stories.
don't know. I don't think so. Well, fun fact, goats are illegal in New York. So I
Really?
can't. Yep. You have to
What?
have like I think you have to have like a special license or something, but I think they're illegal to have them. Because
Is there no
I've
fields in New York that goats? Great. What?
not in the part of New York I am. We don't have fields. Because I've looked into it. I really wanted a goat. I think maybe if you get like a special license, like there's probably a process. But last I
Yeah.
checked, it's illegal. Um, so I don't have a goat, but I have a dog.
Hmm.
Um, what a city slicker! You keep goats in a pen. No, goats would sleep in the house with me. Um, no fun Star Wars dog stories. I think so. I think my dog looks like Baby Yoda
Mm.
because she's got the floppy ears. I have to do like a side by side picture. Yeah, and like they're very expressive. They just kind of go up and down, and you know. So I have my own Baby Yoda. So, but yeah, any let's see. We talked about Mandalorian, talked about
talk
the new
about
movie, Fallen Order.
talk about Mandalorian. We talk about Star Wars games. Talked a little about you know goat history.
History.
Um. Yeah, that's about
We covered all our
it
bases.
today. I can think of.
All right. Anybody in the chat have any final thoughts?
Any questions? Anything?
Yeah, they do make dog Yoda costumes. I know. I've seen it. I've thought about it. I don't know. I don't think my dog would really wear a costume. She's a bit of a diva. I do dress her up for the holidays though. I get her like I have like some ribbons, red ribbons and stuff I put on her.
Little
Um,
Santa hat.
yeah, a little Santa hat and like a little cape, you know. She goes all out. Do you think she'll enjoy the rest of Fallen Order? Me? I guess that's a question for you. Yeah, I think I'll enjoy it. I mean, the gameplay maybe not, but like the story, yeah. Yes, my final thoughts is I have to go fold laundry. You fold laundry? Okay, confession, I don't fold laundry. I do laundry, but I don't fold it. There is less than 100% chance. MXC has no faith in me. He does not think that I will finish it. And like that's just more motivation for me to finish it.
Uh,
Oh yeah, so Daniel wants to know what you think. Do you think I will finish it?
yeah, I think well, she'll finish it. I think once you get to the, because where you are now, like again, it's kind of the starting. I think once you get past like this halfway point is when
Mm-hmm.
the story really starts to unfold. It starts to get really
Mm-hmm.
nice, and so it becomes a very good meal to chew on.
Yeah. Yeah, it's from what I've heard, like I said, the story keeps getting better and better. Brando thinks I'll finish it. Some people have faith in me, some people don't. I'll prove you all wrong. Yeah, no, I think yeah, I'm gonna finish it, and I think I'm gonna like it, and so
Future Star Wars games after to try.
yeah, I have my list. I'm gonna work my way through, and I don't know if I'll be doing it on like Grandmaster or anything like that. I'm gonna stick my story mode,
Yeah,
nice and simple. But yeah, MXC is challenging you on purpose. No, I know he knows. He knows it gets under my skin. That's why he does it. Broken PC. What broken
oh yeah,
PC?
you play it on PC. You don't have have you got a new controller
Oh
figured
right.
out?
So yeah, I play on PC. I have my controller, but it's not working. Like the computer's
Oh, it's
not
a
detecting it.
360.
Yeah, Xbox 360.
Maybe that's why it's not reading it because it's meant for Xbox One and like current console situations.
Oh, that could be why.
You have a PlayStation 4 controller. Have you tried that?
Would it work
When
with
we
that?
talked about that, that was like the one that like PlayStation has a hard time working on laptops and computers and such.
So wait, you're saying so my PS4 controller would work on my PC?
It could work. Um, you have to test it yourself.
Hmm.
For PC version. If you don't have an Xbox One, do
No,
you? Oh, I think. Oh, okay. You don't have to get an Xbox One, but an Xbox One controller will work on most
definitely.
computers. Yeah.
All
So
right, so maybe let's just order the controller off Amazon or something.
yeah,
Okay.
that like that's what that's probably what because I think like maybe the combat will be better for you when everything's just on like your
Yeah, and I'm not like
yeah, you're not trying to do this, you're not trying to scoot the mouse.
yeah. Because at one point when I was playing on Friday, I literally I had my hands like this trying to finagle it, but okay, yeah. So maybe I'll order the controller and I'll see if
Yeah,
that'll help.
like either test your PS4 controller or yeah, get an Xbox One
Hmm.
controller.
Okay.
That.
All right, my homework for the week. Any other thoughts, friends? Let's see. Oh yeah. Oh, MXC made a good point. Get an Xbox One controller during Black Friday. That's a good point. Um, Brando also finished it on story mode. If you went up from story mode with a keyboard, a mouse. Oh, okay. All
I
right.
played on Jedi Knight,
Yeah, no. I'm gonna stick with story mode.
Jedi Knight, Jedi Master, Jedi Grandmaster.
No way. I need all my little hints and things highlighted and need my I need simpler stuff. Um, all right. So I guess that is everything. We will be back I'm assuming same time
Yeah,
next Sunday.
yeah, should be as
Okay.
long as the holidays and all. But
Well, you know
yeah,
what, we
should
can
be.
we can finalize it I guess as we get closer, but tentatively we'll be
Yeah,
back next Sunday around the same time. Um, Chatting about chapter 3 of The Mandalorian. So
Yep.
So thanks so much for watching, guys. We appreciate you hanging out, even though football is on tonight, as Daniel pointed out. So I appreciate all of you for going to football and listening to the Mandalorian chat. Inspector, it's always fun hanging out with you and chatting about Star Wars and
Yeah.
Mandalorian.
It's fun having these conversations.
Yeah. So thanks so much for watching, everyone. Have a good night and a good day tomorrow. Happy adulting. And we will see all of you soon.
Have a good Thanksgiving,
Oh,
all
yeah,
of
that's
you.
right. Have a good Thanksgiving, everyone. Happy holidays and eat lots of good food. And